Hey guys, first off, thank you so much for 600 subscribers. It's something that I never really thought would happen. I honestly started these videos to, one, satisfy my love for making little videos, which I have been doing since a very young age. Two, sharing my experiences from studying at Oxford and from daily life. And three, sharing some thoughts I have on life, things I read, things I hear. One other thing I've realized, it's a bit of a subconscious thing that I think maybe happened by accident, but I feel like I've actually made new friends with you guys, new connections, which, living on a small island, there's not too many people around, not many perspectives, and so it's great to hear from you every day with your questions, comments, and thoughts. Without further ado, here are some of mine. Some thoughts that I've been thinking about recently. While studying at Oxford, my friend who studied Chinese would always mention an old Chinese proverb, which says, "The body keeps count." Everything we do is written in our mind and body, like a scroll. For me, this is the ultimate reality check. In the world we live in today, everyone is trying to do more, work harder, the old work hard, play hard. But I think we should add a second line to that, which is work hard, play hard, but the body keeps count. Thinking about times when I've done too much, slept too little, worked too hard. Is it good? Is it healthy? Now it's early June. We are as far from the old year as we are from the new. Maybe we had big expectations for this year and they may or may not have gone to plan. But we're half a year older, half a year wiser. The important thing is that you are still going forward. Time is an optimist. It always gives you second chances, and it only moves forward. So be nice to yourself. It's easier said than done, but at least we can try. Take joy in the little things in life. Take pride in the things that mean little to everyone else. Sweeping the house, doing the laundry, tending to your garden. They're beautiful things, and it's in these little tasks that we take care of ourselves. The body and mind is like a house. Every day we must do things to take care and nurture it. You only get one house, and so you only get one body and mind. You only get one chance. Recently I've been thinking about the perception of time. It's quite an interesting concept. How we remember time is much different to how we perceive it in the moment. I heard this on a podcast last week and in a conversation a few days ago. And so I thought, the world is really trying to tell me to think about this more. If something new and exciting is happening, like your first ever sailing trip or your first time visiting a new country, you can probably remember it quite well. But do you remember the second time? The first time we do something, it's new and exciting, our brain is recording everything, and so time flies in the moment. You barely even know it's happened, it just kind of passes. But then remembering it, you have so much detail and clarity. These experiences is what I think people call living in the present. The brain recording everything, and the product of that is strong memories. And looking back, we live in those memories. So, we actually live in remembered time. Before I said time is an optimist, it goes forward. But for a lot of people, including me, a lot of the time we're living in the past, looking backwards. It's a very interesting thing that humans do. And now with this new piece of information, I don't really know how to use it. Do I try live more in the present so that my brain records more things in the moment? Or do I manipulate my thoughts in that moment to be happy so that I can remember them as nice memories? In this case, I don't think it's a piece of advice to use or a trick to hack the brain. I think it's just an interesting piece of context, a filter through which to put memories and how you think about the past. Finally, peace is static happiness, and happiness is peace in motion. A peaceful person can always trade that for happiness, and a happy person can always trade their happiness for peace. This is a lovely way of thinking I heard in a podcast yesterday from Naval. Now, I don't know if you like or agree with his work and thoughts, but this one is pretty good. I've always heard people talk about peace as this boring and quite intangible thing. It's quite hard to describe. Whenever someone says peace, I just immediately get the image of the Buddha in my head. But that really isn't a description. Happiness is much closer to us. We can all look back in time and think of a time when we were happy. Well, I think this is a nice way of linking the two. That memory of happiness was probably in motion. For me, I think about all the sailing I've done, or just laughing with friends and family. Well, Naval says that is just peace in motion, and peace would be that same happiness, but contained in stillness. I find it a beautiful perspective, and one that can help anyone try and find it. It's quite hard to try and find something when you don't know how to describe it, but now I can describe it. Maybe I'll find it more easily, and maybe you will too.